Kennedy, and the agricultural value chain that he spoke about, that one too has its own very heavy components, because agriculture, which he was speaking about earlier, it depends. Tomatoes in one place, get it at an acceptable price. Getting it down to place B totally wrecks everything. And I imagine it's part of the trade chain too, the roads by which to arrive there. But the question I wanted to bring to you is that, look, everything that Kennedy explained and that is known, the people that we are trying, that President Tinubu is traveling, trying to woo, trying to persuade that, look, Nigeria is indeed a good investment destination for you. What do you think they're thinking now? Because they certainly will be watching all of this, and it behoves them to do their research before coming.
The hallmark of an entrepreneur is to go into a place where there's a problem, sell a solution, and make money.
Okay, excellent.
Any smart businessman will know that Nigeria is the place to do business now.
Because there's so many problems that are just begging for solutions.
Let me give you a small analogy. If I can bridge the gap between Kano and Lagos, where I can say to people, hey guys, I buy a basket of tomato at 2,000 naira, and I can give it to you at 4,000, right? I have a logistics supply chain. I'll have over 1 million people buying from me. I'll make my money. You mentioned those rotten products. So guess what? Here's what's going to happen. The few that will make it to Lagos will be times 10 the price.
Yes.
Nigeria is a bundle of opportunities right now. The challenges we're facing is an investor's delight. Yes, there may be certain issues, there may be certain challenges. Those challenges are not unique to us. But the issues in those challenges are problems and solutions screaming at you. So if you can provide those solutions, you make your money. That's what entrepreneurship is all about. That's why entrepreneurs are different from business.
Well, what about the part of the enabling environment?
Good. That was where I was about to go to. So this government has shown that they have the political, that improved political will to open up ourselves for business, right? So that is there. Government has said, we want to create an enabling environment. Already, before the Buhari administration left, they passed the Ease of Doing Business bill, right? And they tried to streamline. For startups, that's my ecosystem. We pushed for the enactment of the Startup Act. And now I think, we're pushing to get the states to adopt it, right? To create that enabling environment to allow businesses thrive. But the point is, if I give you 3-4 sectors that are thriving in the digital innovation and digital economy ecosystem, they are primarily being controlled by foreigners. You'll be shocked. Fintech, for one. Because they found a financial inclusion gap. And they plugged into that financial inclusion gap. You don't want to know the figures they are cutting out. Now, food is, listen, in inflation, whether there's inflation, we must eat. We all ate before coming here. Food is important. And so as long as that is a mainstay for human survival, it will continue to be a viable area of business. So what do we need to do? Let's leave the figures, let's leave the numbers, let's look at the facts. What are the facts? The man producing in Boko, the guy harvesting in Kano, their prices have not necessarily moved.
That's what you meant.
That buffer that is coming down to your pocket and mine is a product of certain gaps, inefficiency gaps. So let's start to plug those gaps. One, logistics. He has mentioned it. Why can't we have a train transportation, right? A train station from the major food hotspots, food baskets, to the urban areas. Don't forget, you see this analogy of 100 naira rice is in Lagos. There are places in this country where you can't even finish 50 naira rice, even today.
Okay.
Right? And that is,
that's another side of the coin.
Yeah, so, and that is because they really are still a bit detached from some of these challenges that we're facing. Right? So let's look at those gaps.
What you're saying is that the cost of living hasn't necessarily gone up equally.
No. It's biting hard across, right? It's biting across, but in some places it's biting a lot harder than the others. The urban areas are facing the brunt. Lagos is at the center of a lot of these things. But if we focus on logistics, road network. I said to you, we have 200,000 kilometers of roads. How many are actually good and motorable? Now, if we fix that, it's easier for me to transport, right, and bring food in. And then I don't have any justification to throw the cost astronomically high, right? Before we even go into the indices of production, right, and the challenges indigenous manufacturers face, if the CBN increases the MPR rates, I can tell you for a fact that they will be stifling production. Because why should I borrow more? Why should I pay more for money to produce? When, don't forget that indigenous producers have importers to compete with. Because the price imbalance is also a challenge.
Indeed.